Hello. Looks like we're going. Seems like it. Do not play the music. I will be copyright claimed immediately. Unfortunately. Excuse me. Hello again. Welcome to Silent Hill 3. Been a while, huh? Let's see here. Just updating everything and getting us ready to go. Phew! Goodness! Stop playing the song. We can't listen. Hey, Faku. What the heck? Hey, Bad Wrong Fun. That's weird. Cancels X. Why is cancel X? Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I did this because one of my back buttons is broken, so I didn't want to have to use it. Hello, Daniel. Welcome, everyone. We are playing Silent Hill 3 because I had an itch. Unrelated. No. Because I felt like playing Silent Hill 3, and also I am preparing to work on, well, I'm already working on Silent Hill 3, the book. I'm very excited. This was the game that got you into horror games. Me too! Internet high five. Hello, Sin Moore. Welcome. This time of year, this game's kind of always on my mind because, my father passed away in early August, and this game definitely brings to mind thoughts and feelings of those times. I guess I'll just stay on the option menu while we wait for folks to show up, or else it's just gonna keep playing the music. So we're gonna play the game. I don't know if we'll beat it. Maybe. It's not a long game. We'll see. But we will also be taking the time to explore, take some notes, take some things down. This is going to be an, exploratory, investigative game stream thing. Aw, that's cool. For me, I saw the film Silent Hill 3, or saw the film Silent Hill, and we're just gonna do easy. When I watched the film, I loved it. We saw it at a Halloween party or something, and then the next, I don't know, probably week or something later, I was at a used game store that used to be around there, and I shopped at all the time, and they had Silent Hill 3, and I was like, Mom, I want it, and thankfully she didn't read the shit, and she let me have it. Oh, and there we go, our first Halo of the Sun, 3 circles within a circle. Oh, I love this part, it's so delightful. Oh, look at it. Oh, I forgot how much I love this game. It's so beautiful. I'm so sad that the HD updates were so shitty. What a lovely introduction. I get why you like the movie now. Yeah. See, I was introduced to the series through the movie, so that's why for that reason and a lot of others, I'm very fond of it. I honestly think it has some quality, but I can definitely understand if you were coming at it the other way that it would be a big letdown. So, I feel like depending on how you came to it, you were doomed to either love it or hate it. I really loved it. Oh man, I love this. The foreshadowing here. Chekhov's knife. Of course, the knife isn't that important unless you get the bad ending. Because in the bad ending, what do we see first? We see the bloody knife. And the bloody knife is what she uses to kill Douglas. Ah, yes. What you guys didn't know is, this is, actually Disney right now in the United States. This is what Disney looks like now that they've reopened. Let's see, that's the run button. Gotta relearn all this crap. I've never actually played the HD collection because from everything I heard about it, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to spend money on this. Yeah, I know a lot of folks that got into this series from the movie. And see, that's why even when adaptations and stuff are bad, I'm still a fan of them because they bring renewed attention to the original thing. So even if it's bad, it's gonna, teach people that the thing exists. That's why I'm not, I don't hate on remakes and updates and HDs and movies and, Alright. I don't think we can explore this part much. I think we're just supposed to die. My first exposure to Silent Hill was the first trailer for the first game because I'm that old. You sound like my cousin. Yeah. Oh wait, no, maybe did I try opening? No, okay, it's broken. I know we can probably just fall over and die in the pit, but I'd rather explore. Hello, tuna sandwich. How scary do I think Silent Hills could have been if it was released? We'll never know. And isn't that the scariest thing? Honestly, I think what happened with PT, I am more sad about the fact that the Silent Hill series as a whole seems to have been taken down with PT. That might be the last thing we see of it. Though, hints nowadays seem to be going in the opposite direction. We will see. I actually think what's happened with PT is almost the best thing that could have happened with PT, because it's immortal now. The most terrifying and sad and haunting unfinished thing. It's fascinating. I hope we get more Silent Hill in the future, but I'm not heartbroken that PT is what it is. It is what it is, I enjoyed it. I am super excited about frickin' Nocturne and SMT5. What? I was watching that, and frickin' they were showing, wrestling and some kind of shooting game, and I was like, this is bullshit. I'm bored. But then they brought SMT5 and Nocturne. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Ugh. I'll never trust the rumors. I don't blame you. To me, it's a bigger picture thing. It's not just that some people have said there are rumors. It's also they've put Silent Hill in Dead by Daylight. They have made Silent Hill merch on that one website that does stuff. They've done it on Yeetie. Yesterday or the day before, Yeetie's t-shirt was Silent Hill themed. They've put the soundtracks on Spotify. It seems like someone at Konami remembers that Silent Hill exists. And the more that that's true, the more likely one day someone's going to sit up and say, hey, we should do something with this property. Whether it'll be good or bad, I guess we'll see in the future. Let's see. Can I not go through that door? Am I supposed to find a key or something? We're already lost! PT was cheapened somewhat with the overexposure. I wouldn't say that. I got to play it just knowing people had enjoyed it and not knowing anything else about it, and I really enjoyed it. It was a fun little experiment. I think it's pretty neat. Hey, Shadow of the Silver. Yeah, YouTube. I don't know what to do about YouTube. I do post when I'm streaming. I post on Discord, Twitter, and on Facebook if you want to try and follow me on one of those things and be updated that way. Because YouTube is not reliable for anything. I guess I know you can get to the coaster. Man, it's clearly been too long since I've played this. Might be for the best the franchise is dead, because I feel like a long-running franchise is really bad for horror. I disagree, because of the way that Silent Hill is designed. Something like Hannibal, you can run into the ground, because it's based on, a singular person, or something like a monster thing. When it's based on a singular entity, you can get really tired out of it. But when Silent Hill is the setting or the backdrop, there is so much you can do. I missed the door. It blended right in. I want to see more of Silent Hill as a setting. I don't want Silent Hill as a setting to not exist, especially since, as a franchise, it's done so much to push the genre and the industry forward. I mean, some of these games were freaking revolutionary. I really wish we could have seen what, a really good PS4 era or Switch era Silent Hill could have been. I don't necessarily think Silent Hill needs to exist forever, but I don't want it to end on the note that it ended on. I'd love to see another modern Silent Hill exist. Alright, up we go. Doesn't seem like we can explore much of the amusement park right now. I think it's just that one room is open, so we'll go ahead and die. Guess I'll die. Twitter notifies me of the stream going up 3 or 4 hours later. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Internet stinks and is bad. Discord's probably, like, the most immediate thing, but even then, I'm sure, you know, if you're not remembering to check your phone or something. Hi, Florian, welcome. Maybe they can make a Lovecraft game that is actually scary. Yeah, I really want more modern scary games that are in this sort of vein, you know? Oh no. Ooh, you're pretty newish to the series? Yeah, that too. I just feel like Silent Hill invented this genre, basically. Like, yeah, there were other scary games, but not... They kind of meshed a lot of things together and created a coherent genre and said, hey, this is how you can do... You know, this is what horror can be in a video game style. You know, and... So it feels like there's so many, like Final Fantasy kind of did the same thing for a genre of game, and it's still kicking. Arguable, some folks would say some of them aren't as good. I debate that. I think they've started to turn a corner, but it just sucks to me that like some of the standards of the industry are still out there, like Final Fantasy, still kicking, and Silent Hill's not. It really stinks. This is really interesting, though, that this really implies that something came over her. Like, she's not at home in bed, I laid down to go to sleep. She fell asleep at a restaurant, you know? And here's Chekhov's bell. Gotta see it. We starting it over? Yeah, my save file's gone. I don't know. It may be on a... No, because those are both my PS2 memory cards, so... Happy Burger! I am happy for burger! Oh, boy. Hey, Hobbit Potato. Too much of a wimp to play myself. Ah, yeah.
Dad, it's me. Yeah. Sorry I didn't call sooner.
This part is so sweet. Have I ever watched Jacob's Ladder? I have. It's really great. I've watched quite a few of the movies that inspired the series. I apologize for my dogs. Event Horizon, Session 9, most of the Hannibal Lecter's movies, those kind of things, Red Dragon, all that. Jurassic Park and all that. I think they were touted as something inspiring the series, but I do not remember. Hey, Absinthian. Jacob's Ladder. The old one, not the new one. But I haven't seen all of them yet. I haven't seen any of David... I've seen Twin Peaks, but not any of David Lynch's movies. I need to work on that. Been meaning to watch, was it Black Dahlia? Is the game really quiet? Clock Tower was apparently super loud, so I turned the volume down low. Let me know if this is too loud. Bye, Lisa. Thanks for joining us.
Just let me have an hour. No, half an hour if you're...
No. No, sir. Sir?
Daddy always told me not to
You look
talk
like a
to
pervert. I don't talk to perverts, sir.
It's about you.
I don't talk to weird perverts who ask about my birth.
I'm not interested.
Stranger danger. What a lovely shot, too. Have I read the Dark Tower series?
Me?
Not all of them, but I have read
Do I
the
have to
first
scream?
couple. Stephen King kind of loses me. He's fine as a writer, but he's not like he's not good enough. I just got bored of the series, honestly. I think the first book was the best one, and then at that point, I just got really, it just really dragged on and on and on. All these yellow colors and red colors, like this palette is lovely, and then she's wearing complementary colors: the green, the red, the brown, the orange, all very warm. And then, of course, the mirror! And the save point. The one with Douglas in his undies is hilarious. Yeah, that is. That's pretty great. Yeah. Oh, what? The game said that I didn't have any saves. What? It said new game. and not load game. Didn't it? Maybe I just... Whatever, I was gonna start it over anyway, so... We'll do 11. Oh, I hit wrong button again. I gotta use circle beam, yes. Why does Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 always get started by entering a bathroom? I'm not entirely certain, but I know there's a lot of Japanese folktales that deal with, like, horror in bathrooms. And also, they're very personal and upsetting and gross. In this case, it's kind of it's a specific scenario where she's escaping a male stalker in a female space. You know, kind of a neat little... But she's also kind of going through a transformation there. You know, she comes through it thinking she's gotten to be... She's safe. Well, it seems like we're working. I don't know why it said we weren't, but anyway. Alright. Back here we are. Guess who's back? Back again. Alright. What's that say? Yeah, the Revolt of Tyr Nile! If you've watched my Silent Hill Symbolism series, I don't remember, it was probably the mall one I talked about the Revolt of Tyr Nile. That's something that's, one of the artists on the team is a reference to their work. I think she just inserted it just, you know, because they needed artwork and stuff, and she put her own work in there. You could still go to her website and look at her art. I think that's the name of her exposition or something. The Revolt of Tyr Nile. And Tyr Nile is another name for the otherworld in Irish mythology. So, the Revolt of the Otherworld. We're in the Otherworld. It's got a beautiful woman's face on it. It's interesting, little connections there. Just notified you of the Clock Tower stream. Good job, YouTube! You do good job! Ugh. Alright. Hey, Garza! Is it bread time soon? Soon! Those noises are creepy. Is that the monster in there? Nice. Have I played through the game Blasphemous? I've heard of it! It's been on my list to check out. Hesitated because I heard it was pretty difficult, and y'all know I'm already bad at Metroidvanias. But it's been in the background of my mind. The Suffering, I do own one of them on PC, which is why I haven't played it, because my PC's garbage, and it doesn't run like half the games I own, but it's another one I keep an eye out on. I have a list. I have a backlog of games to check out and things like that. And here I am. Today we've replayed 2 games I've already beaten before. Clock Tower 3 and Silent Hill 3, but that's alright. After this, we will probably do maybe, I have Obscure 2, not the first one, which is an entirely goofy game, but I probably will stream it anyway, because it's, a lot of folks have asked for it. I want to do Shadow Hearts. I'm going to try the toothpaste method and see if that saves the disc, because apparently it's supposed to help. Heather's a communist because she's on a quest for bread? Yeah, that makes sense. Why not? Oh, she looks so sad. She's so tired. Ugh. I love that she looks so tired, because I feel like, at its heart, at the bottom, at the pit of its core, being a teenager is being exhausted. Exhausted by expectations and life and responsibilities and being hormonal and just being tired and sleepy all the time. That's what my teenage time was. Just being tired. And I feel like she embodies that really well. Toothpaste method? Yeah, toothpaste method is apparently the Revolt of Tyr Nile again. I wondered if it was the same. Yeah, that's my worry, Lobsol, is that if it crashes immediately like that, if, you know, it's still gonna do it later, but I wanted to at least try. I don't know. Supposedly, you're supposed to, like, put toothpaste in a thin layer on the disc, and it's supposed to help buff out the scratches. I don't know. Yeah, bad wrong fun. Yeah, you're not wrong. Still tired all these years later. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people talk about how, like, gay folks and especially trans folks go through, like, a second puberty, well, a real puberty in their 20s. Like, all the stuff straight people go through in their 20s, or in their teens, we all go through in our 20s. Apparently was gonna be... Yes, it was! It was gonna be based on The Mist, which I still need to read. Do I have a favorite Lovecraft story? I believe it's the one, The Mountains of Madness, I think is what it was called. I really enjoyed that one. When's the next Persona 5 stream? Hopefully this weekend. I was gonna do it the other day, but I've had family in town for a week, so that's really kind of made it difficult for me to keep to a schedule and get things done. But hopefully this weekend we're gonna do a long one. There's Angela's face! Hi, Angie. So yeah, maybe like Saturday, Sunday, maybe? Hey, Oluf, welcome. Yeah, Heather really looks like a real person, and she talks and acts that way too. And she has like a really natural physical behaviors. Like, she's just very real. And I think that she's definitely like the best female protagonist in this genre, in this era. Like, you put her next to like, you know, Alyssa or other stuff like that, you know? Like, they're fine for the games they're in, but, like, Heather's just a step above, you know? She's really great. I'm kind of still amazed to this day that she even exists, you know? Like, the characters in this series are just so well done, and she is so unique, especially for the time. And I love the fact that when I looked into it, Team Silent said, they were like, we're tired of writing about dudes. They were like, we want to do a girl. That's what when they came to Silent Hill 3, they were like, yeah, we're bored of dudes. We've done 2 dudes. We do a girl now. I kind of love it, that they've done such a lovely job of making something so unique and beautiful and lovely and sad. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. Absinthian. Hey, Lord Dalloway. One of my favorite pro tags in a video game. Hell yeah. Yes. Acne doesn't come back full force. I don't know. I know some folks who are on it. It probably depends on how your skin reacts to it. It's probably a wild card kind of thing. Because I know folks who went through puberty. Like, I never had trouble with that kind of stuff, you know? Hey, Christina. And obviously I'm not on anything. I'm nothing. I don't exist. Makes sense when you write 2 dudes, you want to change things up. Yeah, I feel like it was a natural thing. And it was also an age change too, you know? They went from writing kind of like a 30-year-old guy to a teen girl, so they got to explore with different themes and different... I did not mean to do that. This is the right button. Like, they got to do new things, which I think was cool. And then Henry is, again, a guy, but I feel like a younger guy. And they did something very different with him. He is not the heart of the story the way that James or, like, maybe Harry... Even Harry's not... Alessa's the heart of that story. It's a little different. They're all very different beasts, you know. I need the bread place. And I think in this game, if I remember reading right, Masahiro Ito said on his Twitter that he was given a lot more freedom to just, like, make creepy, gross shit. And, he enjoyed just making everything, like, fleshy and meaty, you know? It's bread! I should have had bread up here with me, damn it. Henry's hot. Hey, he's not bad looking. After Heather, they didn't want to do a guy or a gal, so they wrote Henry, who is a cinnamon roll. I wish there was another Silent Hill with a female protagonist. Yeah, they were gonna do a frickin' DLC where in Downpour you got to play as the female cop, which I think would have been great. But yeah, we never got it. I am sad about that. Yeah. See, I definitely feel like Silent Hill's depths have not been plumbed. There's so many more stories that could be told. I really wish we could get them. Hello to everyone hopping in. We have a lot more folks than on an average weekday because I'm playing this game. Thank you for joining us. I stream most days at 2 and 4. We read books, we play games. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we hang out in Discord and play Jackbox games and watch TV. It's a lot of fun. Just figured I'd give the pitch while some of you are here. Thanks for joining us. Is this the room? I think that's the room. Didn't the cop girl? Yeah, they turned the DLC into a comic book when they didn't have enough funding to turn the story into something. Which, I enjoyed the comic. It's definitely the best of the Silent Hill comics, for sure. But I do wish we could have seen what it would have been like as an actual game. Because her character was fascinating. Yeah, Downpour is... I agree. I think Downpour is fantastic. And I still admit it has problems and issues, you know, from development. Because Konami, obviously. Oops, damn it. I keep using X as yes, and it's not. But yeah, it could have been even greater. It could have been so good. Damn it, Konami! Sorry, if I missed your comment, feel free to put it back in the chat, because chat is moving pretty fast, so if you feel like, if I missed it, don't feel like you're bugging me. I'm trying to keep track, as well as play game. As a writer, can you share insight on writing real characters? How to best put it? Real characters don't always do... Like, they are awkward, in a way. Like, characters in a story, specifically in a lot of genre stories, like, horror's a good example. When you have a horror movie and you have a family moving into a house, or a college team, you know, at a creepy haunted house or something, you know how certain character tropes are going to act, what they're going to say, how they're going to behave. And that's fine for that kind of story. If you're trying to write something far more true and realistic, then you have to acknowledge that characters are often going to be far more awkward and far more strange and not fit the story the way that you want and need them to, and sometimes even lead the story in a way that makes it inconvenient. Like, hey, I was just trying to tell a story about such and such, but such and such character isn't doing what I need to get there. It's hard to explain, because it really just comes down to being authentic, which comes from knowing other people and watching other people. This is the easiest this puzzle's ever freaking been. Really, I think dialogue's a good way of doing it, because dialogue can come across as so freaking stilted, you know? It's the easiest thing to fuck up. But I feel like if you listen to enough real people, and not films or books and stuff, 590? Okay. Because, like, films, 90% of even your classic films, nobody talks like that, you know? Nobody talks like that. They say and ah and and hey, and they speak in half sentences, and they, you know? Like, they don't talk in a straightforward way. They don't make things easy. Now, that's not to say that that's a bad way to tell stories, because that can be really fun and great too, you know? Like, poetic, it can be interesting. I'm thinking of, like, old detective movies where the detective always talks in a certain way and sounds a certain way. Like, that can be fun. But it's, you know, if you're really trying to write something that feels realistic and has some kind of, like, grounded aspect to it, then, yeah, you consider a dialogue. Study dialogue quite a lot. Who listens to real people when there is anime and video games? Like Jeff Goldblum. That's actually a really good example. Oh my god, the one was hidden in the spine. I didn't see the spine. Thank you, Phil. I was actually watching Jurassic Park the other day, and that's a perfect example, because oops, I guess I'm taking that book with me. His monologues in Jurassic Park are really broken and stuttered and changed up, and his sentences change halfway through. Like, that's perfect. Yes, the Witcher books are fantastic. As much as some of the way that the author has been in real life has been real freaking weird, his books are really great, and his writing is some of the best fantasy writing I've read in a long time. I would recommend reading him. Ursula K. Le Guin, The Witcher dude, highly recommend those, definitely, as far as, like, great fantasy writing, world building. Like, those two are the two on the top of my list right now. Ursula K. Le Guin. I just finished The Left Hand of Darkness last night. Holy shit.
Wait, what's going on?
Read the Hainish cycle, everyone. Do it. My girl.
They have come to witness the beginning. The rebirth of paradise, despoiled by mankind.
talking about?
Man, all these colors are so dull here. Like, she almost blends into the background.
How should I know?
And it's so different compared to all the sharp reds of the other world. Everything is either very bright, sharp red or very dull beige. Would I ever stream the Witcher games? Yes! I only have not because I know once I start, I will never be able to stop. Those games are so long. And there's 2 DLCs that are like 30 hours each. I will never stop. We have to finish Persona 5 before I even consider starting The Witcher, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. I adore it. And everybody knows that frickin' what's-his-face, the vampire is totally Geralt's boyfriend. I love that section. That little vampire, that old vampire man, my favorite fictional vampire of all time.
Wait!
He's so sweet. Regis, that's his name. He's so sweet. He's an old man. And he's a doctor, and he abstains from drinking blood, and he wants to help people. He's the sweetest little vampire. I love him. Ugh. Oh man, all these are so lovely.
I don't get it.
And her heart, her voice.
What does she want me to remember?
She sounds so heartbroken here. Alright. Love the music here. Yeah, Regis is freaking adorable. I love him. I love vampire stories in general, but Regis is one of my favorites. And The Witcher's version of vampires is really, really fun. Hey, Silent Konami. Alright. Ooh, this is the elevator. See, the neat thing... Okay, strange in what way? Stories are, in general, trying to make weird characters, especially anime, can be rather hit or miss. See, that's the thing. Twin Peaks is a good example of good strange, which we've actually been watching in the Discord if you want to join us. Strange can be so hard to hit authentically, and that's why I'm being very vague, because honestly, it is hit and miss. It is unique to each person, and you kind of just know it when you see it. But if you want to know how to do strange very well, Twin Peaks is the example. And almost half the cast of Twin Peaks is hard to explain and so freaking weird, and it works really well. Silent Hill has a lot of good strangeness to it as well. Here we go. Never forget, Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3 are almost mirrors of each other, and they have a lot of the same scenes, a lot of the same gameplay tropes, lots of stuff. And this exact scene is basically in Silent Hill 1 when he rides an elevator down into nowhere, and it opens up into another elevator that he rides down further below the amusement park. It's so cool. And she, I'm pretty sure, is about to get out of an elevator and get into an elevator that goes into the other world. It's just so, yeah, it's just so neat. Ugh. Hey, Gobbles. I love this scene. I really wish I knew how to, like, break the camera and do the stuff that, you know, people do that with breaking cameras and things. I want to look at what that monster is. I want to see it clearer. Hey, Valpio. Have I played Devilly Premonition? I haven't. It's on my list. I have played Alan Wake, which is probably the other super popular, well, maybe not super popular, but very, very good, heavily influenced by Twin Peaks video game. I love Alan Wake. I have the special edition. It's so good. One of these days I'll stream that. Do I have a schedule of when you and the others are on Discord? We're in the Discord group basically all the time. I check in all the time. When we do events and stuff, tends to be 2-ish in the afternoon, but it's planned based on when everybody can join in. You know, we kind of chat and figure out who's available and all that. Some days I'm able to do something, some days we're not. We watch a show called The Untamed, which is a really great gay love story in ancient China. It's so good. We were watching Twin Peaks last weekend, which will continue at some point. Yesterday we watched a Ghibli movie, which was super fun. But it depends on timing. I tend to be active between 2 and like 6 to 7 p.m. Tends to be when I'm available. But I try to keep in touch with everybody and figure out when we can all get together and hang out. But yeah, join the Discord. The link's in the description. And if you've never used it, it's super easy. It just kind of like keeps you updated when people are chatting and stuff like that. And it lets you stream things and join in voice chat. It's really fun. Some of the members, we actually got together a while back and watched Silent Hill Symbolism together in voice chat and talked about the series, which was really fun. If you want to join in on that, you can become a member and support the channel. Haha! Shameless plug. I've also been doing a series of reading the research that I do. I read like 30 minutes a day and record it and put it as a audio file and video on Patreon and YouTube so that folks can listen in. I finished Alchemy the other day. Now we're reading about magical alphabets, which is really fun. It helps me process it by reading it aloud, so 2 birds, 1 stone. There's also some videos that you can't see unless you're a member. I need to work on my next one. I made a cooking video. I cooked food. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we'll see. Alright, we need to go find that frickin' flashlight somewhere. Oh man, this was the first Silent Hill game where, like, music was and not just music, but, like, sound effect, you know. It was the first one where Akira Yamaoka really approached it in a specific way, which is why he wanted it to be like an experience. The soundtrack has songs and spoken poems and things that are not even in the game, and he arranged them in a certain way, and the game was released with a CD because he wanted to do that. He wanted to, like, share his kind of specific creation. It's interesting. Muse discovers what alchemy is. Well, we read about it from a book called The Black Arts, which is a 1960s text on magic and stuff. It's really neat. Aw, thank you, Daniel. I feel like things have been wildly busy, but I'm trying to keep up the content. Become a member in what way? So membership, it means that basically you pay a monthly subscription to get extra bonus content and help me to afford to do things. 99 cents is the lowest tier. You can do it through YouTube membership or Patreon. Right now on Patreon, we are at $99 a month. When we reach 100, I will record I won't record. I'll stream myself reading my Silent Hill fanfic I wrote in high school. I wrote fanfic. I wrote Henry and Walter /fic, and I promised I would read it when we reached 100 people. I think YouTube might be at $35. YouTube is a little different because they take a huge chunk, whereas Patreon doesn't, so I think it would be $50, except they take a third, so anyway. How much is the members only a month? There's different tiers that give you different access. Basic access is 99 cents, which gets you most everything. You get the podcasts, not podcasts, it's just, anyway. You get videos and extra stuff and shout-outs and blah, blah, blah. I think at $3 you get free copies of my ebooks, so you can read my books for free. I have a whole, there's a list in the description. Go to the bottom of the description and just click on that link, and there's a whole freaking list of all the stuff and all the tiers. Because I knew I'd forget. Oh, is the game loud again? Thanks for the support. Oh, no worries, need more work. I know now of all times it's very difficult for everybody to be doing any kind of support like that. Just watching is support. You know, share the videos online. Tell your friends to watch them. Blackmail your friends into watching them. Drag your friends into a basement and tie them to a chair and make them watch them. These are all ways you can support the channel. Oh, there we go. I knew I missed a door somewhere. I missed 2 doors. So I think I need to go back and up 1, maybe. And also up there. Okay, let's check those doors. Alright. Henry X. Walter fanfiction. Listen. I was young, and I was gay, and I loved Silent Hill 4. And so I wrote an entire... This is 9 fanfictions. It's like tens of thousands of words. Oh no, I remember where I need to go. I wrote a whole universe that redeemed Walter and turned some other characters into bad guys. Is that the door? Okay, good. I did a lot, man. A lot. No, it's the next door. Because I really enjoy horror and gay shit. And, well, it's something. It sure is something. Okay, so these aren't the doors either. Let me check my map one more time. I did write some other stories. Okay, yeah, so that door's locked, that door's locked, that door's locked. Maybe I need to try the one at the end of the hall, and then there's one at the other end of the hall. I wrote Femslash. What's the gay part? Basically, I made it so that the cult, okay, so Cynthia and Eileen get together. I made it so that the cult was actually mind-controlling Walter with Volteal, so he didn't do the murders. And so he turns out to be kind of redeemed. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. He gets redeemed, and he and Henry get together and are gay. So those two, and then Cynthia and Eileen. And then I wrote other separate stories about Cynthia and Eileen. Oh, and then James and Pyramid Head. They got it on with the ding-dongs. And Heather and Volteal, because I was a monster. So anyway, if you want me to read any of that on a stream, we need $1 more a month for me to torment the world with all that. I have totally missed the flashlight, hasn't I? Because this is where you use the thing to go up the ladder. Yeah, we need to find the flashlight. It's in a closet or a bathroom somewhere. Yeah, it's in that. Okay, it's in that bathroom. So I need to go out and to the left and then over. James topping Pyramid Head. That's definitely not what happened. Definitely not. I don't remember a lot of it. No, I'm lying. I remember a decent amount of it. I wrote this for years. I was really into it. It was my own little universe. Everybody was redeemed except for like 3 bad guys and Vincent. Pretty sure I murdered the fuck out of Vincent. Or at least implied it. And then Heather was like returned years later as an adult to Silent Hill as like the badass ghost like goddess of the town. It was pretty cool. Yay, flashlight. What books do I have on my list this month? What do you mean by books on list? You mean by like reading? I read a lot of books. Currently I'm reading through Vampire Hunter D. I'm on book 4, I think. I finished The Extraordinaries recently, which was a book that was just published. It's so good. It's about, like, superheroes and comic book tropes and gay and fandom also. And the main character has ADD, and he's really struggling with school and trying to get his life together. And he kind of equates being a worthwhile person with being a superhero, so his answer is he's gonna become a superhero and then everything will be good again, and it's so sweet and bittersweet and heartbreaking, and it has a happy ending, and there's a sequel coming, and I loved it. TJ Klune, so good at writing. I loved it. Ugh, it was fantastic. Alright, this is where that monster was, right? This should be where the hangar is. No, Jessica, no! Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust was a great movie. Have you seen it? Yes! Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is really all you ever need of Vampire Hunter D. You don't ever have to read any of the books, honestly. Watch that movie. It embodies all the concepts that he's trying to put out there. It's such a better version. Don't read the book because it's... The best parts of the movie aren't in the book. And the book has bad things in it. It's horrible. Like, it's not horrible because it is the heart of the movie's ideas, but it has things in it that he has in almost all his books because that's how he is, that weren't necessary. And I'm not going to go any further than that. Listen, I love the Vampire Hunter D books. I think they're great. I also think they have some problems, and he has some fetishes. But also, like, a lot of them were written in the 1980s before they were brought over here and translated in the 2000s, so they were ancient by the time they got over here. His style evolved and changed. What bad things? You really don't want to know. I mean, I mean, I know I say that and you are going to want to know, but you don't want to know. But I'm going to have to tell you because you think you want to know. So if you've seen the movie, you know the character of Leela, who's, like, the main female character, and she's super badass and awesome. In the books, her brothers... In the book, her brothers are not cool with her. Because he has a fetish for that. Hideyuki Kikuchi has a fetish for, murdering rapists. That's how I'll put it. And it's just a lot. And the movie doesn't have any of that, which I honestly think was far better. And far better in tone. You know? Yeah. I mean, and I have a complicated relationship with his books, because I honestly think the way that he's dealing with, and again, these were written in 1980, do not read these books without warnings, if Nathan, just watch the film. His worlds deal a lot with female characters who, escape the horrors of life through encounters with D, who leads the encounter with D makes them want something more for themselves. As in showing, yes, they get murdered badly. Always they do. And, it's not, okay, so it's not usually explicit what happens, but you know that it happened, and then they get murdered bad. So that's why my feelings about it are kind of complex, because it's always there to be punished badly and horribly. And the female characters, I don't know, it depends on which character escapes into the sunset, and the story is about that female character's growth, because D is not a character. Vampire Hunter D is a catalyst. He shows up and things happen, and then he leaves, and the main female characters are like, he's gone and I will love him always. Goodbye. It's interesting. I've been thinking about it all day because I have such complex feelings about it, because ultimately the female characters are the main characters. Their trauma and their growth is what's at the center of the story. D is just the catalyst for it. He represents the darkness, the gentle darkness that we all crave and love, we all want, you know, the kind of the pull of the Dracula. He represents that, and all these women want that. But also, you know, in the background, these comically horrible things are happening, you know, like, anyway, watch the movie. The movie is a work of art. It embodies all of his ideas in a beautiful way that has nothing to do with anything sexual. And it also doesn't have any love stories, which is great. Because, honestly, I'm done with love stories for the most part, unless they're gay. Or with vampires, I guess. He's a manic pixie dream girl. Yeah, basically. He doesn't have any character growth. Like, he never changes from the beginning or end of the novel. He's beautiful, he's powerful, he's quiet. He shows up, he saves the day. Women's lives are changed. And that's it. Have I played Condemned Criminal Origins? Yes, I love it. Oh, yes, I love that game. And I played halfway through the second one, I think. I haven't finished it. But yeah, I love that game. I need to stream that with y'all, too. But yeah, anyway, Vampire Hunter D, beautiful, beautiful novels, honestly. I think if that kind of subject is going to be upsetting to you, and you want to check out the books, like, maybe watch the movie or read spoilers. Because the books still do, like, the language and the world building is beautiful. It's one of the most haunting and beautiful, unique worlds I've ever seen. If you like, say, you know, otherworldly, kind of apocalyptic, scientific, magical places, like a place where it's exploring magic and science intertwining in a post-apocalyptic world, it's just so beautiful and great. Hellsing! Yes, that was one of my first experiences with vampires, and I love it to pieces. Has the romance of the vampire guy and the damsel. Not really. I guess it kind of implies they have a powerful Oh no, I see what you're saying. Okay, yes, it does have that. But D himself doesn't have a love story, which I appreciate, because in the novels, everyone falls in love with that man. Literally everyone falls in love with him. Like, The first time anyone sees him, literally it's, the beautiful man was there, and they loved him, and they could not have him. Have I ever played Rule of Rose? Yes, a fan was kind enough to let me borrow it, so we got to stream it. And I streamed the first bit of it before I got incredibly stuck on a boss. But you can still watch that bit of the stream. It's in one of the horror playlists. Yeah, I've heard of Angel Sanctuary, and I've never read it. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's my thing or not, but I might check it out. I'll give you a try. In the novels, everyone wants the D. They do, all the time! Even dudes are always like, man, he's so beautiful. I love him, I want to be him. Yes! Grizzly Bear! I never got to that part in the game, but I watched a stream where somebody got to the part of the game with the grizzly bear. It was so funny. Okay, so this room, I thought this was the room with the, I guess it doesn't have anything. Or maybe on easy mode you don't have to do that puzzle. Maybe that's why there's nothing in here. But yeah, Vampire Hunter D is one of my favorite, like, things ever, but it's definitely flawed. And you kind of have to consider that it's from, you know, 1980, the early books, you know. He's still writing them. They're still coming out. I haven't read the modern ones, so I'm honestly rereading all the early ones and trying to get to the modern ones because I want to see how he's evolved. And I like a lot of his other works that aren't always like that. Like Dark Side Blues doesn't have any of that, that I remember. I'm trying to remember what else of his I've seen. Like, he has a lot of really interesting and unique shit. I love it. Bye, Christina! If you like horror, you gotta check out Hideyuki Kikuchi's work, but definitely warn you that at least Vampire Hunter D is full of weird shit. I can probably give you a list of warnings for which books to read or not read. I think this... No, actually, don't read that one. I still need to finish them all, so I know for sure. I'm sure there's a list somewhere that's like, this one has this and this one has that. That's where I came up, right? So maybe we need to go down. It's not an issue with translation. It's not. It's definitely not, because it's a lot. There's a lot there. It's a lot. There's a lot of... Literally, in the second book, I think I counted 6 times where there was assault or attempted assault that was either just alluded to or quickly ended with murder. Which, again, is like, yay! Murder! It's just so strange. It's been on my mind all day because I've been reading them. I'm sorry, I'm talking about it all the time. Okay, I think I found where I need to go. I have experienced a little bit of Junji Ito's work, not as much as I'd like, and I need to get back to it. Do I need to get something in the closet? Maybe not. Something? I remember there was something, I saw one of his movies that was like, all the fish sprouted legs and started eating people. That was wild. I haven't read some of his more famous stuff. I need to get to it. Right now, I've been working on getting all of Kikuchi's work and working through that. He has a book. I'm back on Kikuchi, I'm sorry. He has a book called, Medjai Dracula. It was called Dark Shadows. No, Dark Wars? Dark Wars, The Tale of Medjai Dracula, and it's what it sounds like. There's nothing bad in that one. Read that one. It's super great. It's samurai and Dracula, and they, like in all of his books, it's incredibly homoerotic and also straight erotic. Like, everybody loves him. And in the end, I'm pretty sure the main female and male characters ride off with him on a boat. That's just what it's like. Everybody loves vampires. Yeah, I've been looking into getting, I think Tomoe? Is it the... Which one's the Spiral? Because it was named as one of the major inspirations for Silent Hill. The one with the town that's stuck somewhere or something. That one's been on my list. Uzumaki! That's the one. I haven't streamed BioShock. I've played the first one and enjoyed it. I never got into the later ones. But, we'll have to play that at some point. I don't think I even own it anymore, because I sold my Xbox, my first original Xbox, in college. The way you do when you're broke and you don't play something anymore. home away. Which, I've heard that one, but I don't remember which one that is. I really need to get to it. I've also been wanting to read, they've brought over a manga adaptation of some of Lovecraft's work that was done in Japan, and the adaptations of his work in Japan are pretty interesting. I really want to check them out. Alright, I think since we're on easy mode, the chemical puzzle isn't a thing, which is why there's no items to be picked up in here. Now where am I? Oh, here's where I am. So wow, we really don't have to do crap. Because if there's no freaking bugs... Wow. I like easy mode. We don't have to shoot shit. We didn't have to crack the walnut or anything. Are we already done with this level? I thought this was way later. Ooh, there's a... Ooh, that's creepy. It's easy mode, so Heather skipped chemistry. Basically. Hi, Stringer. Welcome. And welcome to all the other new folks who've joined us today. Thanks for hanging out. Took me a while playing Silent Hill 3. It was pretty creepy at the start. Yeah, it's... I feel like that's the way Silent Hill works is, you know, it's so creepy and dark, it can definitely take a while to get through, but once you've played it enough times, it really is pretty straightforward. I think the fastest I've ever beaten it was 3 hours, which we'll definitely not do today, but I was really speeding through it that time. Excuse me, monsters. Oh, I hate that thing. It sounds like my mom's old dishwasher. I say this every time. But we had a dishwasher that was really loud and mechanical and nasty, and it sounded like that. It went... Hello, Dean. Welcome. All the dogs are barking. Woof, woof, woof. Okay. I think... Where are we supposed to be going now? Hey, James! Am I writing a book about Silent Hill 3? Yes! That's actually why I am streaming this game, because I'm working on Silent Hill 3's book. It's going to be called You're Not Here. It's 45% done. Aw, thank you so much! That's very kind of you, Obsidian. But yes, hopefully the Silent Hill 3 book, I'm aiming for it to come out in August. I kind of like the timing there, since that's the month I lost my father. It ties the themes together there. But that's what I'm working on right now. I will let y'all know when it is closer to release. Do I only play old games? Not at all. I mean, the other day we were streaming, what's the Persona 5 Royal came out this year. I streamed Final Fantasy VII when it came out, the remake. Those are, you know what I mean. I stream whatever I feel like playing, but today it's Silent Hill. Just looking at the map, that's what I was doing. I keep hitting freaking the wrong button. There we go. But yes, if you didn't know, I write books about Silent Hill. I've written books about the first two, and you can buy them in the description. There's a link. Ebook, paperback, and hardback. If you're a member, you get free copies at a certain tier. Don't remember which one. Anyway, there's your spiel. I think... Where do I need to go from here? Can I zoom in? Apparently not. Most romantic movies aren't actually romantic. Yes, you're correct. See, that's why I don't like, honestly, a lot of straight romances. Because they're just not well written most of the time. They can be true of other kinds, too. But just, like, that's the kind that's just so popular in most modern movies. It's just like, this is boring. I've seen this 1,000 times before, and they're all the same. Oh, that's right. I remember what I need to do. I gotta find that nut and crack it and put it in the door. That's what I need. And that gets me to the ladder. So where was the nut? I think I need to go back that way. Okay, I vaguely remember what I need to do. Shameless plug is shameless. Listen, I gotta eat. Just like you. We all gotta eat. How was the journey to getting published? Well, because of the kind of thing I was writing, and also just because I'm, like, so anal, I want control over everything, I ended up doing, what would you call it? I'm not, like, published through a company. I use what's called, Barnes & Noble Press. They will make the book and send it to me, and then I can send it to you guys. So it's like a real book. Here, I just got another order today, so I can show you what it actually looks like. It's a real book and everything, but it's not sold in the bookstore, it's not published by a company, it's just me. Waiting for you. Silent Hill 2. It looks pretty great. I really love it. This way, I wouldn't have to, like, you know, do the hoops of writing about something that's copyrighted, you know, and then trying to sell it in a bookstore. And also the hoops of just getting published in the first place, which is incredibly hard. So it's kind of like self-publishing, sort of, except, I'm not selling it through Barnes & Noble, because if you do that, you also have to have, like, a business license and everything, and no. Can Konami sue you? What they're worried about is images. So if you use their images, if you use their visuals, they own that. Technically they own the subject of Silent Hill as a fictional universe, but I'm not writing about it as fiction. I'm writing about it as nonfiction. So since the book has no images from the game, you do the normal copyright, blah, 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 everybody, Konami Holdings holds this, blah, blah, blah. I am skirting the law of copyright. I'm technically not doing anything wrong. I'm sure that if they wanted, they could say something because they're a big corporation with lawyers. But I'm such a small fry. They're not making any money off that. They don't even care that Silent Hill exists. You know, like, it's nothing. It's not gonna happen. There's actually multiple books about Silent Hill written out there. One of them was, what's that one called? There's one that's an actual official fiction. There's one that's nonfiction about Silent Hill that's written by a college professor or something. I'm not the only one that's done this. That one was done as nonprofit, I think, which is how they skirted it. And then the other one, I think, was, like, official fiction that Konami, like, sanctioned. So there's ways to get around it. But, I mean, think about it. Lots of people write nonfiction books researching other things and topics. In the end, the words are not what is copyrighted, it's the imagery. So all the images in the book are fan art. I draw pictures of things. Or, like, I hire my friend to draw the cover. If I actually used an image from one of their games, that would probably piss them off. But also the fact is, I'm not selling it in storefronts. You know, that kind of also helps. If it was in a storefront, they might actually, you know, not be happy. But anyway. It's been going on for about a year, and I haven't heard from their lawyers. So I think we're fine. Alright, so I found the nutcracker. I remember where the nut is, but I need to go back and find it. I keep accidentally shooting things. But that's okay. We are in America! Excuse me. Where's the path to the frickin'... It's like, oh, here we go. I think it's back this way. You should get the books before Konami drops the hammer. Hey, yeah, go for it! Have I ever played LOA Noir? I haven't! I've watched some streams of it, but have not played it. I'm behind on quite a lot of modern things, just cause, you know, money. There's lots of games to play, you know? And I'm still trying to catch up with old shit. I really love PS2 era stuff, because a lot of it's just so, like, so weird. Like Shadow of Destiny. What the fuck? What the fuck is Shadow of Destiny? I love it. It's so good. But yeah, that era had a lot of experimentation and stuff, so that's why I play a lot of PS2 games. And PS1. Alright, somewhere back here. Makes me want to play one. Yeah, I really almost wanted to stream that one the other day, and I couldn't get my PS3 to connect to the stream contraption thing. It has HDMI protection on it, and every once in a while it resets itself, and I have to go back and change the setting, and blah blah blah. So I couldn't get it to stream, and I still haven't gone back and fixed it, so I'm gonna need to do that. Alright, where's this nut? It's in the room with the jewelry, I think. Which yeah. Wait, is this it? No, this isn't it. Where am I? I should stream Half-Life. I've heard it's good. I'm not good at games with guns, but one of these days I might have to try it. I did love Portal. Portal 1 and Portal 2, some of my favorite games, man. That's the room. That's gotta be it, right over there. I think. What do I think about Devil May Cry 2? I'm fond of Devil May Cry 2. It's a bit of a mess, but it has some good stuff in it. I will be doing more videos about Devil May Cry for sure. I've been halfway through writing one about DMC5 for ages because it's so good and has so much in it. I just need to actually, like, finish recording footage and, you know, finish a project. Usually I try and stream a game before I do videos on it because I need the recording to put, you know, stuff to. Or now my editor needs the recording to put stuff to. Bye needs more work. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one. Which Silent Hill game is my favorite? 4. Definitely 4. It's so weird and wacky and I just love it. 3 still has a very fond place in my heart because it was my first one, though. What about Blood Siren? If you mean the Siren series, we have streamed some of the first one. I got incredibly stuck and frustrated and gave up for a little bit, but we'll get back to it. I played the first Jak and Daxter. I loved it. Didn't enjoy the second one as much. I don't know. I don't remember why. I just never finished the second one. Oh, it's gotta be that room down there. I gotta go down and turn. But I remember really liking the first one when I was younger. It's been ages. Yeah, we gotta get back to Drakengard. You're right, we need to. Excuse me. I think this is where I need to go. Have I ever played Gex? I have not. I've heard of it. You need a walkthrough for it. You're not wrong. You do need a walkthrough for Siren. Funny thing is, a fan sent me a walkthrough guide book thing, and it's helped, but I'm still really bad at the game. I'm not patient, and I'm not good at shooting, so inevitably I die a lot. You can go watch those streams. Are they in the... They might be in the horror... I have to check where those are. They should have their own stream list at this point. We found the nut! I should make sure they have their own list. Yeah, Silent Hill 4 is a lot creepier now, ain't it? I should stream that one at some point. Alright, excuse me. Where am I going? This way? Where the heck am I going? Where's the... This way? Nope. It was this way. Here we go. Excuse me. Turn-based combat. Nice. Drakengard 3 was so good. I need to get back to Drakengard, man. So many game series I need to catch up on. Maybe I should start 3. Hey, Pyramid Head, welcome. Alright. Go away. Would I ever be interested in streaming Pathologic? Yes, I've been requested that one quite a few times, and I actually do own it. So it's on the list. I don't know if I want to do it right now, but maybe. I need to get back to Soma. Someone requested Soma as a commission. You can, like, you can pay me to stream a game. The reason I haven't yet is because it's a PC game, and as I've experienced streaming some other PC games, it's very difficult to do that with one monitor. But of course, with everything going on, it's been hard to go out and buy a monitor, because I shop at secondhand places. It makes life so much easier. I need to go out tomorrow or the next day and go to Habitat for Humanity and see what they've got. Easiest place to get a cheap monitor, Habitat for Humanity. But yeah, then we'll hopefully stream Soma. And other stuff. I missed that I need to go back out through here and then to the door. There we go. But anyway. One day I'll stream all the things. So many people in the stream tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I stream Silent Hill, that's definitely more popular. I've found Silent Hill, 50-ish people. Horror game, 20 to 30. Anything else, it really depends. It really depends. But, like, our reading streams tend to have maybe, like, 5 to 10 people. Usually the same folks, you know. Which is normal, because, I mean, this started as a gaming channel, but I've enjoyed reading too much. And people seem to enjoy it as well, even if the streams themselves don't get as many. And eventually, you do anything long enough, you'll gain an audience for it, so I just keep doing it. Oh, that is a dead end. Should not go that way. Is this where I need to... Where the friggin... Favorite horror movies? Jurassic Park series, Silence of the Lambs, and anything Hannibal Lecter, Rising, Red Dragon, that kind of thing. I suspect you're the de facto Silent Hill YouTuber by now. Little bit. That is definitely what the YouTube algorithm has decided I am. That's what most people find me as. I'm sure that there are other folks out there talking about Silent Hill for sure, but, that's what YouTube has decided to make me. Okay, so I need to go down and then to the left. Okay. Yeah, I don't worry too much about it. Because you gotta remember, when I started doing this 10 years ago, this stuff got like 5 views, you know? It's a slow game, which I think is what a lot of people don't always understand about YouTube, is that it can take 10 years to get anywhere with it. You cannot jump into this thinking you're going to be successful overnight, and, you know, but if you do anything long enough, people will stumble upon it, and then another will, and then another will, and eventually you'll have people who hang out with you and do it. You just have to do it all the time. You know, maybe not on a schedule every day, because that not every person has that time, but you do it enough, and you keep doing it enough, and you keep doing it enough, you'll get there. What is the algorithm? The algorithm is the program that YouTube uses to determine who sees your videos, when, and which videos, and what, and blah. Long story short, because my Silent Hill videos were what I made for a long time, and they got kind of popular, YouTube noticed that people checked those out. Okay, so I need to go left and then over and then up. Okay. YouTube noticed they were popular, so it kept recommending them. In comparison, because, you know, like, somebody might come to my channel for Silent Hill and not Lord of the Rings, they won't watch my Silent Hill, my Lord of the Rings thing. And so the Lord of the Rings video won't do as well, so they won't recommend it. But because they haven't recommended it, people that like Lord of the Rings won't see it. So how can it get popular? But because the Silent Hill stuff's popular, they'll recommend it. So more Silent Hill fans will come see my channel. And they won't watch the Lord of the Rings stuff, because that's not what they came for. So YouTube is reinforcing Silent Hill being the only thing that succeeds on the channel. Which, again, I'm not bitter about it or anything. Silent Hill pays the bills. And then I can do whatever else I want. And folks will tune in if they want. You know? I'm pretty chill about it. It isn't my only source of income, so I'm not too heartbroken about it. You know? I actually need to heal a little bit. All right. Do you consider Dennis Nedry from JP a bad guy? Well, he's definitely not a great guy. But Hammond, I think, is the same way. The thing about Jurassic Park is there's not really a bad guy, because in the end, it's human foolishness. You know, nobody's really out there chuckling and being, you know, hoo, evil, yes. They're just being foolish. I can do this and get the money I want. I can do this and be famous. And then things go bad. They never want to believe things are going to go bad. That's exactly, you know, what the books are about. But in a sense, yeah, he does bad things, and he is not thinking about other people. you know? But he's not a bad, like, he's not the evil villain, you know? It's more complicated than that. Well, thank you for subscribing, Turn-Based. I'm so glad you like my work. I believe I can now go and find where that door was. Where was that door? Map again. Oh, yeah, Jeff watches everything I do because of the Blood Pact. I meant everything I make, but I said I do, so I guess Jeff just watches me always. Okay, go down, and then through, and then we're to the escalator. Okay. Hey, Leon! And thank you to all our members who are here today. Phil and Leon and everybody else that was here earlier. Thanks for the support and keeping the channel running. Let's get out of here. Okay, I think it's the next door. How far are we going? I don't know. We'll keep going for a little bit. My voice is a little hoarse, so we may not be able to go as far as I want because it may give out on me, but we'll go for a little while longer, and then we'll keep playing, what, Friday, probably? Probably Friday. Tomorrow I am taking off because my family's been in town all week, and I'm honestly exhausted. Okay, where... Okay. Turn around and then over. Oh, and I just occurred to me. Randez had asked, favorite food, restaurants, and food you love to cook. I really like Japanese food. I love yakisoba so much. And Italian food. If I can put it in a bowl and like eat it with noodles and stuff, that's my favorite. I love that. That's all I make ever. What do I feel about the DLC for Dead by Daylight? I think it's really cool. I'm very happy that Silent Hill things are out there. What breed of horse is your voice, Muse? It's a Palomino. Somewhere that the Jurassic Park film is what the author of the book wanted to write, but the publishers didn't like it. Possible? Because the movie, if I remember correctly, the director read the book before it was actually published and loved it so much he was like, hell yeah, we're making this into a movie, and then the screenplay was written with the author. So more than likely any changes or updates or things that they made would have been approved by him. He was involved in the first two, not the later ones. Why is the girl in the corner blonde but my hair's black? I dyed my hair blonde a while back, and when I hired the artist to do the art, my hair was blonde. But now it's gone back to its natural color, and I haven't dyed my hair because I can't leave my house. So, unfortunately, it's now my natural brown. Well, I mean, not unfortunately, you know. Anyway. Have I seen The Grudge? Not in a long time. Oh, did somebody leave? Sorry if I missed it. Oh, bye, James. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you heard me. Hey, Kawhi. Welcome. So many people. I'm sorry if I missed you. Am I lost again? Go back up. How do I zoom in? There we go. Okay, so this is all dead ends. I need to go back and then to the left. Okay. Yeah, you should play Silent Hill 4. It's so good. It's flawed and, you know, not perfect, but it's a great experience. It's one of my favorite video games of all time, for sure. I'm Cheryl again. Bye bye blonde. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, typically I would dye my hair. I'd bleach my hair, is what that was actually. Can you guys get out of my way so I can get past you? I can't get past you. I definitely need a heal now. And then I would do a color, like, I've done pink, red. I really liked the red. This time I was gonna do purple, but I can't even, like, go to the store. Like, every time I go to the store, the dye is gone. And it's like, I can only go to the store once in a blue moon. Do I have a list and description of my books somewhere? Yes! thegamingmuse.net. I really need to update that. I'm planning on making some, like, I'm researching what place would be best. Like a store envy or something where I can actually just put the books on sale with the thing. Unfortunately, the website I used to make my website to integrate a store is really expensive. And I was like, what the I could freaking sell these myself and not have to pay you all this money. This is stupid. But it's not really, you know, efficient for showing people what I make and, you know, all that. So I'm trying to update that. But if you go to thegamingmuse.net, there's a page that shows the books. I think there's, like, excerpts of the first chapters, some audio. I did do audiobooks for them. I keep forgetting I did audiobooks, damn. But yeah, I'm still working on updating everything. It freaking takes forever because life. But we're getting there. Alright, so now we can go and put the thing in the door. Maybe I can sell through Amazon or eBay instead. I've considered it, but eBay and, well, okay, Amazon I am on. They do sell my ebooks, and they're a higher price because Amazon takes a chunk. But I do make some money from them. eBay I don't do because I actually sell eBay. I sell secondhand stuff on eBay all the time. And I just don't... I don't put my books on there because it would probably not sell. eBay prices, they want it to be really low. Like, I sell my books at like 25 to 35 bucks because that's how I make a profit. They're new. I have to pay for them. People on eBay want secondhand stuff. They're not going to pay that much. Especially not for a book they've probably never heard of. But anyway, I'm looking into some different storefronts you can make. There's one that's actually free if you only sell like 4 items, which I only have 3 books at this point. So that would be perfect. So I'm thinking that website's going to be what I go with. I just haven't built it yet. So then hopefully I will be able to put my books on this website, put little description and excerpts on them, make it so you can buy them right there instead of having to fill out forms, all that jazz. One day. I have considered going to some local bookstores, but problem with that is now, until a week ago, they were all closed because of everything that's going on, you know? But yeah, thegamingmuse.net/shop, I think, has a page where you can read about the books. I should do a reading on a stream or something one day. I should do that. My voice is definitely hoarse now. My favorite turn-based RPG? Haha! Where is it? There it is! Ta-da! Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. I'm slightly obsessed with Final Fantasy X. It was the first video game that, like, stole my heart. I love it to bits. Yuna is my darling. Obviously, that's what I should have done, Phil. Oh, look at her face. It's so lovely. You know, sometimes people on the internet are kind of dumb. People argue with me that this isn't a penis monster. That's a penis monster. It just broke through the wall to attack the teen girl who's been forcibly impregnated. It a penis. But people argue with me and they say, no, it's not. Why are you so weird about games? Stop seeing things that aren't there. I get comments like that all the time, like, I think you're thinking too deeply about it. It's like, well, I don't think you're thinking at all, but that's okay. Like, nobody has to agree with what anybody else says. Interpretations are very personal. They're always going to be that way. But saying it's not that deep is such a boring response. Like, clearly that means you haven't thought about it. So if you haven't thought about it, why are you gonna open your mouth and give an opinion? You don't have one. Your opinion is that there's nothing to say, which is stupid. Anyway, that's just... Anyway. Yeah, thank you! Thank you! I'm so glad people agree. Yeah, Harry fights a similar monster. It looks a little less... But it's still phallic. But that one is just... Yeah, it's right on the nose.
My back.
It's Mara's cousin. Yeah, there you go. He lost his chariot. Well, it looks so nice and clean now. Yeah, right? Seriously, some of the comments I get from people You wouldn't even believe. And they just... it just goes right over their heads. And then sometimes people actually do have comments, like their own thoughts and ideas. I'm not sure where they came from or how. But I mean, I guess you're valid for your weird ideas. Who was it? Somebody said that Pyramid Head represented a vagina. Because he said that the head was... he represented James's desire to be inside the woman because his head was in a vagina. Like, what? What?
I do.
What? It's the wildest comment I've ever read.
You're in on this with that clock, aren't you?
And I thought I was weird, over-obsessing about this series, but I didn't go that far.
That's all.
I might have written slash fiction with Pyramid Head, but I did not say his head was in a vagina. Do I play Stardew Valley? Yeah! Harvest Moon is a game I grew up obsessed with, so when Stardew Valley came around, I was super into it. I've played a little Animal Crossing too, but never been as into it as I have the Stardew Valley stuff.
What happened?
But it's been a while. I go through phases where all I do is play it for a month, and then I put it down for a year.
What the hell was that?
I don't know what to
Phil.
do.
Everyone's id just comes out on the internet. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Really screwy around here, and I got a weird feeling it's got something to do with me.
Oh, my
Maybe I'm just
girl.
an innocent
We'll never look at
bystander,
Pyramid Head the same
I
way.
can't
No.
feel sorry for
Not
you.
even a little bit.
Dragged me into
Mm-mm.
this. You know, if you hadn't found me,
What are you talking about?
For the most part, when people make weird comments, unless they're, bigoted, I don't delete them. So you can go back through old videos and read some of the wild shit people say.
used would I?
I've taken pictures of some of the best ones, but I can't remember them all off the top of my head. That one was just very recent, so that's why I remember it. Shepherd's Crossing? Never heard of that one. I need to get back into Stardew Valley and try some of the mods and things, because I never really got into that. Even though having it on Switch is so lovely. I wish I could mod consoles.
Nothing.
Where are you going?
I'm taking the subway home.
Heather looks so unique and interesting as a character, and then he looks like he was just copy-pasted out of a detective novel. I kind of love it.
No.
Pyramid Head's a feminist because he's wearing a vagina. Great. Yes, the Walter circumcision thing. That wasn't on my channel. That was on the Silent Hill wiki, but yeah, that's famous. Come and See. I've heard of that one, I think. What was the most recent? It wasn't Russian. I watched a horror movie. It was vaguely Eastern European. Eco Actions. I love it. It's a little duck on a hand. Eco Actions. Okay. It was like a blacksmith, something the blacksmith. It was pretty neat. It was on Netflix, I think. I liked it. Minmo! Oh my god, I have this as a t-shirt. I wonder if this shirt's... Let me see. Where's my shirt? Oh no, it's in the laundry, damn it. But I have a shirt that says, "Grow strong and healthy, Minmo!" I got it from Yeetie, which also did a Lakeside Amusement Park shirt this week. I bought it immediately. I haven't played Kuon. That's on my list. My ever-growing eternal list. Grow strong and healthy, Minmo. I love you. Favorite actors, films, and you cook on your private video. You mean, what did I cook? I made my homemade ramen, which is basically just lazy ramen with vegetables in it. We'll see if I ever post that. Favorite actors. I don't know that I have a lot of favorite actors. I don't really watch a lot of live television. I mean, I do, but I watch a lot more animated stuff than I do anything else. I really love drawings. I don't know. I like anime. I like cartoons. I've always been a big fan of that. I love Sir Ian McKellen to pieces. I love that man. I'm trying to think of anyone other than him. I don't really know. I don't pay a lot of attention to actors and stuff. I I guess I'll just go through. What else? It was, films. Well, we talked about The Vampire Hunter D. Bloodlust. Amazing film. What else do I really like? Princess Mononoke is a great film. Food porn for only $1.99 a minute. Listen to Muse's noodles cook. Obviously, that's the secret to financial success. ASMR! Cooking noodles. 3 hours. What else do I got over there? I don't know. My brain's dead. I watched Devils and Realists. That's a TV show. I liked the manga. The anime didn't get finished, unfortunately. Gangsta! That's a great one. I cannot pick these up. Oh, there we go. There's a... Yes, Mad Mikkelsen was a great Hannibal. I only watched the first season, but I have it all on DVD, and one of these days I'm gonna get back and finish it. Case Study of Vanitas is a really great manga that just came out with book 7 this week. It's fantastic. It's like vampires in a steampunk London. It's really beautiful. Hey, Diana. Are you leaving? I didn't even realize you were here. There were so many people. I'm sorry. Bye. Stash your trash. That's adorable. I never noticed that. Oh my god, it rang. Anthony Hopkins was really good too. And honestly, if you've never seen the prequel film, Hannibal Rising, I didn't think it was going to be good because it looked goofy as all get out. But it was actually good, and the guy that played Hannibal was really good. He really embodied a teenage Hannibal. It worked. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I've honestly enjoyed all of the films. The only one I've not seen yet is Hannibal, which I think is, timeline-wise, the last one. Red Dragon was great. Hannibal Rising was great. I liked them all. Any crime films besides Hannibal? See, my problem is I watch the same things all the time. I'm trying to branch out, but like Lord of the Rings, I love those films. I watch them like once a year all the time. Jurassic Park, I watch them all the time. I don't really watch new things. That's why I have such a hard time when people ask me what I like. I can tell you all about books. I read all the time, but like watching, I don't have a lot of patience for sitting down and watching something. I prefer to be doing something. I listen to podcasts. Welcome to Night Vale. My Brother and Me, The Adventure Zone. I like those. But mostly I read a lot of books. I own 600 books. More than that, probably. Yes! Oh, I've forgotten about all the Chinese dramas I've gotten into lately. The Untamed is so good! And The Sleuth of the Ming Dynasty is freaking hilarious. I love it. Let's make Muse a millionaire with food porn! Honestly, I think if I started an ASMR channel, it might work out. I've had enough people ask me about it. / say they like my voice. I just feel like it would make me feel so weird. I don't know, like, I just can't imagine, like, not in, like, a perverted way. Just, like, I can talk when I have like, I can read a book or, you know, that kind of thing. But I can't imagine doing it just for nothing, you know? Like, what I mean? I have to read. I have to be doing a thing. Alright, I guess I need to go somewhere else. Hey, bub. You come to join us? No, you can ask a Harry Potter question. Death of the Author exists. And I'm all cool with talking about stuff and still shitting on the people that made it. I feel the same way about Anne Rice. I kind of feel the same way about the guy that wrote The Witcher, because sometimes he's an idiot. But thus far, I don't think he's been a bigoted idiot. He's just been a selfish idiot. Whereas, like, Anne Rice has been absolutely horrible to everyone and everything. Including her works. And yeah, we all know about how dumb J.K. Rowling's turned into in the last couple of years. Stroke the kitty, but the kitty left. I can't stroke the kitty now. No, I need to go back up. I definitely think that I will die if I go that way. I'm trying to remember. I need to find a certain tunnel, and then you go on to the tracks and go back up. Yeah, like, personally, Harry Potter's been kind of dead for me for a while. Like, I just lost interest in it. But at the same time, it was something that really brought me and my father together. And I have a cousin who started reading because of it. So, like, I'm not going to shame people for enjoying something that brings them joy. I think, you know, you can enjoy something that comes from someone shitty, you know. I think best practices don't give her money. She has too much money already and she doesn't need more of it. But, like, you know, you can critique someone and still enjoy something they made. I felt that way about Anne Rice for years. If you don't know about Anne Rice, she sued fans of her work in the 90s for writing fan fiction. She was the reason that for years people had to put little, like, I don't own this work kind of things into their fanfics. And she made life hell for a lot of people. She was horrible. And then she went through this whole phase where she, like, rediscovered God and renounced the devil and stopped writing books about vampires and started writing books about Christ. And apparently those books didn't do very well because she went back to vampires. She's a frickin' weirdo. Lovecraft's a good example. Tolkien, honestly, had some problems. A lot of people do. People aren't perfect. And also, as times evolve, you know, we learn more about why people sucked. But I think you can divide, especially when they're dead and you're not giving them money anymore, but you can divide the author from the work to a certain extent. Like, her shittiness is still baked into the work, sure. But does that mean you can't, like, you know... I grew up imagining myself, you know, as a professor at Hogwarts, you know? You don't have to lose that joy. Rurouni Kenshin, that's another one that I've had trouble addressing. If you don't know what happened with him, the author went to jail for child porn, and now they're trying to, like, redeem his image and bring him back, and I'm like, ugh, shit. So don't give him money. But I mean, I loved that anime growing up. That was my childhood. I loved Rurouni Kenshin. I loved the Batosai. You know? So to a certain extent, in this world full of shitty people, you know, you kind of play a balancing game. And it's also, you know, some people, they might be able to still see love, like, if my dad were still around, maybe I would still be really attached to it because of that bond with him. But because he's gone and all this has turned out the way it has, I've kind of just lost interest, you know? Alright, I got the nut. Oh, yeah, I have to go take it and frickin' open that door, right? Oh, yeah. I don't blame you for that, turn-based. Yeah, see, sometimes it's just like... You gotta divide the shit from the person. Especially because in the long run of things, the way that I balance things... Again, like I've said... Really, truly, deeply try not to give money to shitty people who don't need more money than they already have. But also, in the long scheme of things, most of us in this stream are probably pretty broke compared to most folks, and we're trying to get by. And if it brings you, if it sparks joy, if it gets you through that shitty day, you know what? Embrace it. Embrace it. You know, acknowledge that it can cause pain and be shitty, and that other people don't have to like it. Acknowledge its problems. Don't give money to the shitty people who made it. But you don't have to hate the things you loved or things that did good things for you because of a bad person that made it, you know? Anyway, long-winded rant over. Where the hell is the right stairs that I need? I'm always lost. Always. It doesn't matter what game. Piracy also helps in this case. Yes! Piracy! Yo ho, yo ho! Fuck those rich assholes. Though, granted, there's some folks that you should not pirate from, because, you know, if they're small fry, you know, support good people who need, you know, support small authors and musicians and stuff, but steal from the rich. Steal from the assholes. Hey, Katsuki. Speaking... No, I'm kidding. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's what's up? I'm playing Silent Hill. We're not at the scary part, though.
Oh.
Stay out of the way of the camera. Stay right where you are.
Oh.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
That's my niece. What's up? Are y'all...
We're about to leave.
I thought so.
Packing and...
So I will go ahead and save, and then I'll come out there. So I'll be out there in a minute, sweetie.
Alright, I don't like scary things.
I know you don't like scary things.
I'm about to be petrified if something jumps out.
Mm-hmm. Bye. Alright, let me find the map. My family's leaving town now, so I'll go ahead and call it a night. Thank you all for joining me. Yeah, see, that's my thing, Obsidian. It can be difficult. See, that's the difficulty. But again, I think in the long run, especially for very poor folks, it's kind of, you know, it's difficult, but I don't think piracy is necessarily an entirely immoral thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's a long conversation that deals with a lot of stuff. But anyway, I am going to run over here. Go, go, go. And save. Was it this door? There we go. Thanks for joining me. If you like what I do and want to, and you can, support the channel financially, for as little as 99 cents a month, you get access to extra stuff. Every day, I read excerpts from the books that I research and post them online. You get access to extra videos that I make, goofy stuff, old videos from when I was in college, that kind of thing. You can get access to my books for free, fiction I've written, non-fiction I've written, all kinds of stuff. There's a whole list in the description if you want to check that out. If we reach $100 on Patreon, I'll read my Silent Hill fanfic, and we will all suffer. Tomorrow I'll be off, but Friday we'll be back with Fanfic Friday, which is a thing where every week I read stories I wrote in middle school and high school. We're reading a Sephiroth romance story that is just buck wild. So fun. Join us if you can. I also read books on Monday and Wednesdays. Wednesdays is Lord of the Rings, Tolkien, that kind of stuff. I try and explain it and make it make sense. It's so fun. And then on Mondays is gay stuff. So, if you like gay romance. Usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we hang out on Discord, we play games, Jackbox, we watch TV. It's a lot of fun, so join the Discord if you want to do that. And my books, you can buy them if you like them. T-shirts, that's the thing. I just started a t-shirt campaign on Bonfire. It's a limited kind of test run to see if people like these designs. And if they do, I may try and incorporate them into a permanent storefront. So check that out if you'd like. I think that's all my news right now. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Are we watching stuff tomorrow? Maybe. I haven't entirely decided. I won't be playing any Jackbox, but I can set it up for you guys if folks are around and want to play. Maybe we'll watch something if I'm, up to it. I just spat out my frickin' Chewy. Anyway. Thanks again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.